demonstrations and pro-Muslim counter-protests are taking place right now from New York to Seattle, including right here in Denver. And Denver 7's Jackie Crea is at the state capitol right now. Good evening, Jackie.
Hi, guys. Excuse the language. You might hear some people as they pass by. We can't really control it. It's live TV. But what I will say, this protest might not have grown to be as large as we've seen in other cities, but I will tell you that it's been moving around a bit. Just a few minutes ago, the two groups that have been facing off the last couple hours have moved into that far corner, and all the police are now surrounding them. We are going to try and get closer. We hope it's not violent. So far, this has been very loud, a lot of foul language used throughout the day, and maybe a small scuffle here and there. There's plenty of officers around. It looks like we have Denver police coming in. You want to see that, Mike? You see that car coming in? So we're not quite sure exactly what's going on at the moment, but what I will tell you is that the message of the groups is a little bit muddied depending on who you talk to. Throughout the country, we know that there's this larger movement of what some are perceiving as an anti-Muslim protest. Some told me they were here to support Trump, to support a strict following of the Constitution, and there were some that said they were just against the radical Islam following.
There's good and bad people in every religion and every race. Unfortunately, it's been a lot of radical Islams that are carrying out attacks, and unfortunately, until we can fix that, they're going to have to, stop coming over here.
Yes, I don't think that the people up there, I don't think they differentiate the religion from ISIS, which I find ironic because the person that these guys do worship is Donald Trump, who is very good friends with the Saudis.
Okay, back out here live, guys. If you're just tuning in, for most of the day, this protest took place on where I'm standing on this sidewalk. Sorry, Mike, I'm standing in front of his camera. He's trying to zoom in. Things just kind of took a turn in a negative direction, if you will, in that these groups are becoming a little bit more heated. They're facing off. We are looking behind the camera, and police are blocking off several intersections. We just saw an SUV carrying Denver police dressed in SWAT gear. So if that's an indicator, things are becoming a little bit more heated. I will say CSP and DPD have had several dozen officers surrounding the Capitol since 3 p.m. today, a couple hundred protesters. One of the groups is part of the larger nationwide protest that a lot of people are understanding is an anti-Muslim message. And then there's the protesters that are in opposition, the counter-protesters that were facing off. And now they've left the grounds of the Capitol, or at least the lawn that is right around it, and across the street now, across the street, you can see them marching. Now this street's been completely blocked off. I think we're in pretty tight, so you can kind of see. I'm going to stand behind her so I can look and see what Mike Erickson has in his viewfinder. You can see some of these officers running and picking up speed. Some people carrying flags, so it's hard to tell which groups are which at this point, but it looks like they're all gathering, convening on this space across the street from the Capitol. And I maybe want to pan this way, Mike, just really quickly. As those groups are marching, you can see on this corner, this is something we haven't seen all day. We've got Denver police in SWAT gear, just in case things get heated and they can't control the crowds, and they were doing a really good job of it. And Kelsey, make sure you speak to me if I'm going too long. I may have lost connection. But for most of the day, they had yellow tape encircling the Capitol with both groups being separated. And now, since they've jumped across the street, the groups are together and there's nobody separating them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to toss it back to you in the studio if you guys want to check in with us in a couple minutes or so. Thank you.
All right, Jackie, stay safe out there, and we will for sure check back in with you. Thank you.